What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another Marvel Rivals video. Now, in this one, this is getting good at Marvel Rivals, right? Learning strategies, learning characters, all that the kind of stuff. I'm going to show you guys basically, my highlights. While doing the highlights, just kind of give you guys some pointers and stuff like that when it comes to like the three different types of classes in the game: Vanguard, Healer, and DPS, all that, right? And before we get fully into this, make sure you check out W.GG, my official channel sponsor, and use my code TacticalGaming90. Link and all that will be in the comment section down below. Pinned comment. Get 10% off. I get a kickback. Helps me and my family and my channel and all that out. They help smaller creators, much like myself, and they are doing a sponsorship program, so go check it out and see if you qualify. Let's get into this, and we'll see how this all goes, guys. Now, when it comes to getting good, right, at playing Marvel Rivals, the best way to do it is literally just play the game. Just go into quick match, find a character that you've never played as or a character you like, try them out, and just kind of learn how is the best way that you, the character who's playing the character, is going to be good at the character, right? So discover like angles, not only angles, how does their ult work? Not only how does their ult work, how do all their abilities work? How can you combo those abilities, right? Not only that, depending on what you are. So if you're a Vanguard, what type of Vanguard are they? Or what kind of tank, I should say. So are they a mobile tank, kind of like how basically playing as Thor? Thor is relatively a mobile tank, so is Penny Parker. But you have multiple ways of playing them. Now, not many people know this, but Thor has a range ability. Now, depending on how you go about it, you also have an ability that buffs all his attacks within a certain field. He has his throwing of his hammer and a whole bunch of other kind of stuff, right? He also has an ability to be able to literally Thor hammer himself through a character and drag them with him. So, there's multiple ways to play Thor, okay? Same thing with playing as a healer, depending on the healer you are. Now, I'll use tank pool, or not tank pool, but healer pool as an example, right? So healer pool, you can use him offensively and defensively as a healer. Now, which is kind of funny, but his boomerang that he has heals your allies and also does damage to any of the enemies within the area. So that is beneficial to healing. On top of, if you're following around your tanks or your DPSs, your shots heal your tanks and your DPSs as well as does damage as long as you're actually shooting at the enemy as well. So there's multiple benefits to playing as healer pool, right, or strategist. Now, you have to be very aware and have your head on a swivel to be one of like the best type of healer pools that you can be, because, I mean, if you're not careful, you will get like one-shotted by certain characters. But that's how you play as a healer, just understanding how they work, and the best way of doing that is just playing the character, right? Now, when it comes to DPS characters, right? Now, I'm using Punisher as my example of playing as a DPS character. Utilize what they're good at, right? So, he is good at just hammering freaking bullets down the line, whether it be his turret that I'm using right now, right? Just laying down cover fire at a choke point. And, or right, using my alt now, but using my rifle as a means of long-range assault so that you can actually help keep down and keep away DPSs and or healers from the front line so that your tanks and DPSs can handle that tank, right? So just understanding and having a strategy when it comes to playing a character. Because I'm one of those people that believe any character in this game, despite being debuffed, can be a good character. It just comes down to learning and playing that character and just getting good with him. And it takes practice. Whether it takes you just a couple hours to learn it down and get that character down, or several hours to get that character down, right? Like, some characters are a lot easier to learn from than others, but others, once you get them down, like, you're pretty much almost like a finite doctor. Okay? So, just literally don't worry about, like, oh, I should follow this strategy that this big name person went out, or I should follow this strategy or how this person plays. No, don't copy how someone plays. Just play and learn the character, okay? There's so many different characters in this game. There's so many heroes, and they're going to continuously keep doing it as long as the community grows. Now, we do need a better community when it comes to the toxicity we got when it comes to just quitting and, not actually trying and playing when it comes to competitive. But other than that, we're adding new characters all the time. There's always someone new. I just started learning Wolverine. Found out I like playing Wolverine. Found out I'm decent as playing as Thor. Now, one of the other things I do highly suggest is you getting good with each one. Like, whether you're a tank, whether you're a healer, whether you're a DPS, choose one of each one of those that you're the best with and get good with those characters. Especially if you want to do competitive, right? Because then at least that way, if you have 3 characters you can choose from, you're good. Because at least you have 3. And then eventually branch out and find 2 of each one of those, so that gives you 6 characters that you can play as, right? And one of the best ways that I suggest doing it is go ahead and add a whole bunch to your strike squad. Keep the ones that you're really, really good with and the ones you really, really like, and also keep the ones that you haven't tried out yet to see. Like, I found out I am really good with, like, Storm. Never played a Storm ever. Found out I was really, really good with her. I'm decent as Rogue. I'm not the best Rogue ever, but at the same time, learning her abilities and how they all can match up and everything, that learning curve. It's the same thing with Iron Man or Jeff. Like, there's just certain characters that you're going to mesh with, like, really good, and characters that you're just going to kind of have to learn the combos with, right? And there's other ways of doing it. You can do quick match, which I would say is the best way because it's hands-on experience. You're not just shooting at AI robots that either are sitting still or not really moving around like a real human character would, right? So just get some practice in, play, try to have some fun, and that's the other thing. Have fun. Because when you're just flustered, angry, and irritated and all that, you're just going to do a lot worse than you would if you were actually going to lock in and have fun. Or just lock in. Use that anger as a means. Most people just get really super emotional and just kind of give up. But literally, that's all it takes is just, play the game. I've put about 100 hours in. Not a whole lot. But I have found characters I'm good with, ones I like playing as, ones that if I really want to win, I can play this character, and I can pretty much almost lock it in. That's healer pool for me, and technically tank pool as well. I've played as all of them. I'm really good with all of them, but I mainly play as tank pool and or healer pool. DPS pool, I like DPS pool, but I think when it comes to one of my favorite DPSs, it's still the Punisher. Punisher is still one of my favorite DPSs. But once again, I'm also still just going around finding what characters I really like playing as, because when I first started playing, it was when it first came out, so they only had a few characters that I was really interested in playing, because at the same time, I don't want to just play, the meta or whatever's going on, right? I just play. So hopefully that helps anybody getting into Marvel Rivals for the first time, or curious about it, or wondering, do all these tier lists actually matter? In my opinion, I think the tier lists are stupid. Right? I think most people are just choosing these characters because, 1, they're either really easy to play as, or 2, they just like them because of either costumes, how many people are playing them, because how popular they are, something along those lines, instead of going, oh, hey, yeah, and giving a full deep dive on why a character is better than another. In my opinion, it just comes down to the person playing. You can have one person playing a Strange, and they won't be good as the other person playing a Strange. You kind of see that all the time when it comes to, a Punisher versus a Punisher. There was one match where, the Punisher was literally coming after me because I think he was pissed that, I kept killing him. So, I mean, you just have those kind of rivalries, which are fun. So, I mean, shoot, I was playing as Hawkeye when I first started playing this game, and Punisher, because I was like, oh, heck yeah. And then I just started branching out to other characters and kind of found out which ones I liked. I gave Jeffy a try just to give him a try because people were pissed off about Jeff players. I was like, I want to play as Jeff. And then found out I like Jeff. I'm good with Jeff. Jeff is fun. But yeah, just play, have some fun, and, take the funness also to competitive. Don't take it too seriously. Don't expect, too much. I finally got out of gold. Barely. I'm barely out of gold. Right? So, I'm still going to have fun no matter what. Hopefully I can get out of gold and into, platinum. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, we shall see. Depends on my luck when it comes to like matchmaking. It really does. Sometimes I get a really good team. Sometimes I get people who just ain't trying no more. But hopefully you all have fun. Make sure you guys check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off. Catch me for the next one, and later, guys.